You have any thoughts about it? I'm sure you hear your parents complaining about it. Yes. Yes. And then if you go to Chicago, they're even higher. Like when you're paying $3 per gallon, they're paying like $3.50, $3.60. It's crazy. So yeah, and then we heard our famous word, economy. How did they say it's gonna affect the economy? Towards the very end.
They're saying it might affect because gasoline is for your car. A lot of cars you can't use. Most people can travel. And then you can spend your money. Might not help the economy.
Right, that's right. That's absolutely right. So something to think about. The economy is all up in here. What was our second topic about? I think so you should know because you guessed right on the question. What was the second topic about? Being on Mars. Who wants to go to Mars? Anybody want to go with me? Everybody want to go? What about the simulation? The simulator. Did you do the simulator one?
Yes.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Then our top story was about, and what about legs? Prosthetic legs, man. Yes, prosthetic running legs. Did you all see how much they cost? $50,000. That's a lot of money, right? But Miss Heather is helping to make a difference. She's a very kind heart, right? And she's raising money to help those in need to get what they need, actually, to live a normal life. So that's pretty cool. And the last story was about, yes, the moving house. You know, did you all see the little dog running in the house? It's like, oh my goodness. But one thing I noticed, I was like, oh, that's so nice. He loves his wife. But did you see his wife in there? I didn't see her. She wasn't in the video. I guess you didn't want to be on camera, but.
Make the house so she can make up her mind with that.
Right, abused, right? So that was very kind and thoughtful, right?
Or he was just good. My wife just can't deal with this view. So why not see it from every angle?
Right, yep, yep. Still very thoughtful, right? Yes. Okay. So you guys, you can put that away, and let's go through Google Classroom. Give it a second. Today is our assessment day. This is our summative assessment on the unit. We've done our CNN news. We are going to create our own brochure. What's a brochure? Who can tell me something about a brochure? Who's ever seen a brochure before? You know what I'm talking about? Yes. What does it look like, Jordan? Right. A little book, right? And what does it tell us? Like, what's in it? Does it have like 100 pages? No, it's like just a page or two, right? And what is it like? An advertisement, right? An advertisement. Usually you see them where? Where have you all seen brochures? Amusement parks, yes, and so they're there to do what? To provide information, yes, very good. Sometimes they have, coupons and different things like that in them. So today, as we make our own brochures about the Great Depression, I want you to be thinking about that. So if you were to hand your brochure when it's done to someone who's never heard of the Great Depression, how much information are you gonna give them? Will they know about it then? Do they know what caused it? Will they know what happened during it, what life was like, what the government did to help end it? So think about those things while you're making your brochure. So a couple things about our brochure. Everyone will get a construction paper, a sheet of construction paper. You will fold it one time in half, either this way, or you will fold it in half this way, the long way. Okay? How many folds will it have?
One.
Just one. Okay? So, in your Google Classroom, you have the rubric. This is how we will be graded. Okay, so under the category, you'll have to show us your knowledge. Again, this is your brochure. We want to know what you know. So you'll have 4 pages. 1, 2, 3, and then on the back side is 4. These are your topics for each page. Causes of the Depression, page 1. Life during the Depression, page 2. You just write it at the top. The government's response to the Great Depression will be your 3rd page, and finally, the 4th page will be your analysis. And that's where you're gonna write what your thoughts are about how the government responded to the Great Depression. Did they do a good job? If they did, what was good about it? Did they do a bad job? What was bad about it? Okay, you can have good and bad thoughts. Some of the things you liked and some of the things you didn't like. Okay? And if you cover all 4 topics, we can say yes to that, you get 10 points. If you cover just a few topics and you almost made it, you get 7 to 8 points. And if you don't have any topics covered, you'll get 5 points. Okay? And then the second component to our assessment is your graphics. So we want you to draw an illustration on each page. You don't have to draw one on the 4th page with your analysis. If you do so, you won't be penalized for it. It's okay. But we want to see you draw a little picture describing what you wrote about. Remember, the brochure is to give us a picture, a good picture of what to expect. So in studying the Great Depression, we want to be able to visualize it. What did it look like? And I'll show you an example in a minute. If you do all 3 sketches, you can say yes to that, you get 10 points. Just a few, you get 7 or 8 points. And if you don't do any, you'll get just 5 points. We are not looking for you to be like this great artist. If you draw very well, great, go for it. But we do want to see that you try. You can use stick figures. You can use symbols. So like if you want to show us something about money, what's the most common symbol for money? Yes, the dollar sign, yep. You can write cha-ching if you like. Or like a money bag. So I drew an example, and I don't want you to get confused about my example, because I do not have a way to fold the board up, right? So this is just 4 different pages. But what I don't want you to do is take your paper and make it look just like mine and have everything on this side, okay? I want you to have 1 topic per side. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. All right, so what I did was I put my titles at the top. I drew my graphics. So this is just like a line chart, and it's representing the stock market. You can even write stock market. And then my 3 points. What caused the Great Depression? 1, 2, 3. You can use your purple readings as resources, but don't copy them verbatim. Just pull out the details. So I don't want to see like a paragraph. I just want to see 1 little bullet point. This caused the Great Depression. This happened, and it caused the Great Depression. That type of thing. I don't want to see long paragraphs, okay? Again, the graphics, you can use quick pictures. There's the bank, and I will do my bullet points. Okay, the government's response. This is like symbolic of a policy. You don't have to use mine. You can use Google if you need some inspiration on like, okay, what does the stock market look like? Or, you know, you don't like what I did, you can get inspired using Google. And then your bullet points. This is a level 0 assignment because it is a test. You will have until the end of class to complete it. At the end of class, we're turning them all in.